Hello everyone. Good morning. This is Heraklitos and welcome to my new AFK Journey video. Recently, I was recording my videos in Turkish language because when I realized not much people are making this videos for AFK Journey in Turkish language, I started to do it in that way. But recently I realized that I need to make it in English. That's why, this way I can reach more people and I can have more interaction. That's why I started to make in English, and this will be my very first English video. Before that, I made an English one with Dinara, but it was originally Turkish, and then later on I add my sound on it, but it didn't work well. This time, I believe it will be much better than my first video. So, guys, I just wanted to start my first English video with a classic. Of course, it's a wish list here. I am, as you can see here, I am a 40M player. I can consider myself a mid-level player, let's say. And so far, I'm a kind of competitive in the arena, in the dream realm, and so far I am catching up in the first 10 in every area in the other game modes, except of course Supreme Arena. There it's a kind of little bit complicated. I reached to the ninth, like 10th, 7th, but last time I finished at 19. So anyway, we will discuss all of this in the future, but today we are going to focus on the wish list for the beginners or for the mid-level people. All right, guys. First of all, what is wishlist? Wishlist is your future plan. This is what I can tell you. If you don't make your wishlist properly, then your progression can mess up. That's why first thing you need to do after you start the game is to coming up and adjusting your wish list, guys. Depending on your needs, you can make some changes. But if you are a beginner, there are some certain metas that you need to follow up in each faction. And in these factions, there are specific meta heroes that you need to follow up in order to catch up in the Dream Realm, in the arena, and most of places. So, let's say we recently started and you just want to go the point that you want as fast as possible. In this case, first of all, when it comes to light bearers, here Corin and Marily is the meta heroes at the moment. Marily is a little bit dropped from the meta because of the Lily May, because she's amazing in everywhere. So before Lily May, Marily was taking her spot, but at the moment she is filling her spot. But anyway, any case, I again recommend you to go for Marily because we may never know when we are going to use her. So first A level should be definitely Marily. And second one, again, the Corin because he is off meta at the moment. You don't see him in everywhere. Last time, when I see the Corin, he was in the Plague Creeper, and there was a good comp actually, and it is possible to use him there, and also in the Guild Wars you can use him. So it can be beneficial to have Corin. Maybe you won't make him so. EX, you don't upgrade his EX weapon to 15 or something. It's up to you, but you should definitely have him. From the S levels, guys. Here whenever you buy a package, even for $1 package, game is giving you one copy of Rowan. Most of the people thinks that one copy of Rowan is enough. I agree, it's enough. But when I started the game was so generous to me about the Rowan because I used to play AFK Arena as well, and I know all the characters from there. Of course, not the new ones, but previous characters like Rowan, like Santrana, or Iron. Almost they were all in AFK Arena, as you know. So that's why I have a good background. And in the arena, I loved Rowan. Because his ult was stunning people. So I thought the same way. That's why first I chose Rowan and I wanted to upgrade him to Supreme Plus. And to be honest, he helped me a lot to move in the progression, in the AFK stages, in deposit pushes. So he is good. Additionally, in the arena, he is like combat healer, giving you extra energy and heal. He's not a perfect healer, but he's definitely a combat healer, and I'm sure that you are going to enjoy him if you are using him in the arena or other places. So I recommend Corin here, Rowan directly. Instead of Rowan, if you want, you can get a few copy of him, and if you think that it will be enough, you can switch him with Tamasia. But as I mentioned, Tamasia, you will use her maybe in one or two Dream Realm bosses, but not that much. In PvP, can be, but not much like Raw 1. So I suggest to go for the Raw 1, and then you can follow up with Themasia. The second spot for the S level, definitely Vala, no other option for her. And even if you get her later on, maybe you can go for Cassidy. But please, I didn't make her because it's possible to get her from with the tokens in the Arena store. But anyway, after you finish Vala, the Cassia can be the best option to go for here. After the light bearers, let's talk about the maulers here. For the maulers, guys, first target that you need to go is definitely OD. If you and because he will be the best option for you to move on deposit push because of his EX weapon. He's killing someone from a certain threshold, and it's extremely useful, guys. In most of the boss fights, you can see him in the Dream Realm. He is a good, I mean, if you create a good team, he will be useful in the arena as well. So, first option is Odi, and second one is, of course, the Coco. He is one of the best support heroes that you can use in the boss fights, again in the Dream Realm and different game modes of AFKJourney. So I definitely recommend you to go to this guy. If you filled, I mean, if you maxed already these heroes, you can switch them with, here with the Kruger. He is also useful in some boss fights. Or if you finish the Coco, you can go for some Antandra because she's a really good tank at the beginning of the game, in the mid game as well. So Dantandra can be useful for you as well. Other than A levels in Maulers, let's go for the S level. This is a little bit tricky, guys, because here you have some options like Mikola. At the moment, Mikola is a new hero and she's definitely everywhere in Dream Realm. In some cases, I started to see her in a different game mode, so she is useful. So I recommend you to go for Mikola first, even if you get one copy, two copies, I don't know, or make her legendary plus. After that, you can switch it to Shakir because Shakir is extremely useful hero in the PvP. In other game modes as well, you can see him in the Dream Realm again, but please note that Shakir needs to be Supreme Plus, and he needs to have plus 15 EX weapon to share his aura with the other teammates and make more impact in the fights. That's why you need to invest on Shakir. And after you do that, trust me, you are going to like him and he will be extremely useful for you in most of the places. But first, I suggest you to go Mikola. After a few copies, if you think that is enough, just switch it to Shakir. Smokey is, you shouldn't change it in any cases because he is extremely good in boss fights, Dream Realms, other game modes, deposit pushes, or AFK stages, wherever you can imagine. At the moment, you don't see him that much in the Dream Realm, but he is definitely a hero that you can rely on in every game mode. So I highly recommend you to push up for Smokey till you get him or Spring Plus. When it goes to Wilders, guys, here actually there are some heroes like Ulmus and Lenia which you cannot get from Dream Store. That's why here you need to focus on the heroes that you can't get from Dream Store, which is Lenia, which I didn't build her because I was run out of resources. To be honest, I don't see any bad parts about not having her, but probably she will be extremely good in a few metas. In Plague Creeper, she has some spot. In some Dream fights, Dream Realm bosses, she has some spot. So that's why I decided to move on with her. Other than this, Ulmus, the same way, you can't find him in the Dream Store, so I definitely recommend you to go him. Otherwise, normally, as you know, we have a strong Aeron comp for Arena, and everyone is going for this too. Other than that, I would definitely recommend you Arden and Damien. These two are amazing, guys, and this will help you in everywhere. But you can get them in the Dream Store, and you can make them. So that's why I recommend you to go for the guys which you cannot buy from any store. So this will be more logic. But otherwise, you can go Arden or Damien. About the S levels in the Wilder team. Of course, no question, Lily May is the top. She's everywhere, guys. She is amazing in PvP, in like Dream Realms, in every game mode, guys. You can use her everywhere. So just upgrade her as much as you can. Try to get her as fast as you can, because it will be really moving you on top of the rankings. Trust me, she is the best about this. Other than that, we also have Aaron here. As you know, Aaron is the core of the comp, arena comp with Arden and like Damien. These days, I mean, Lily May is the counter of Aaron, but whatever happens, Aaron is extremely useful. Not in every cases, but most of the cases, you should have Aaron. So Aaron should be your first focus. If you finish any of them, you can definitely go for Florabelle, like, or Heaven, because Heaven is also extremely good healer. Mostly she is good at arena, but anyway, she is good, and you can also buy her from the arena store. That's why I didn't prioritize her. Right now I'm going for Paragon, and for that I need this hero, so I'm choosing this. But later on, after I finish my Florabelle here, I want to go for her as well, for the Paragon. Anyway, I have 1 copies left for both of these. After that point, I will switch them with Heaven and also Florabelle. When it comes to Graveborns, guys, Graveborns are a little bit weak, if you ask me. Weak, I mean not that much hero options here. Anyway, you have 4A levels, and like I'm sure that you can get all of them by the time. It's not changing a lot, I mean, which one you choose here, but I recommend you to go for the Sylvina in the beginning, because she's a really great deleter of a like intelligence hero or a support hero with a combination of Vala. You can really delete someone here with this too. Oh my god, where did you go? Come back. Alright. So I recommend you to Sylvina, and also its second option can be Viperian, because Viperian is also a good DPS in some conditions, in some game modes, so it can be useful for you guys. When it comes to S levels, of course, without any conflict, without any question, Toran is the first option. Other than Toran, you can go for Cecilia if you want to, because game will be generous for you guys at the beginning to provide you some Cecilia copies. She is good in early game, let's say, but after the mid game you don't see her use a lot. That's why while you are passing to late game, you should be already building the Carolina, and if you complete your Toran, then you can switch it with our beloved, what was his name? Jesus, Ludovic, yes, beloved Ludovic. So this should be your wish list, guys. Let me update for the beginners stuff like that. This way, this way. Okay, not you. This way. Yep. Alright, guys, this should be your wish list for the beginning, depending on the road that you are going. I mean, what do you want to focus? You can make changes in this list and go for different heroes. This is for your recruitment of normal invite letters. When it comes to epic recruitment, here you have more chance to get S-level heroes, guys. So that's why, again, you need to be careful what you are choosing here. In the epic, again, I highly recommend you to add Aaron, Smokey, Vala, Lily May, and again, Shakir. Or if you don't have Toran, definitely Toran. I mean, this 5 is the best 5 to start in this mode, guys. I will save it like that. And for epic recruitment, I highly recommend you to use this one. Depending on the situation, as I mentioned, you can just get 1 copy of Mikola or a few copies of Mikola. After that, you should definitely switch it to Smokey. And here, if you complete something else, depending on your wish list, depending on your heroes, you can make some changes, but this should be the best setup for you to start. Later on, I mean, you can switch it with I mean, I don't know, Alsa, Hevin, Carolina. These are also useful heroes. Carolina a little bit off meta at the moment, but for deposit push and for the AoE damage, she's still one of the best guys, so I recommend her. I believe this will be the best wish list for you guys for the beginning. After you move some in the game, I mean, if you get some progression, later on you will start to understand that you need to reach a certain point with 20 like Supreme Plus heroes, and then you will start to get collect the Paragon. It's a totally different story, guys. But till that point, I mean, just please all the time before you go to pull the cards, check your hero wish list and be sure that the heroes that you want on the list, you don't want to get unnecessary characters and slow down your progression. Sometimes people are suggesting here in the Mauler strip here like Brutus to add for one copy. I mean, in the tower, it works. That's fine because Brutus has a natural, indomitable state where it makes him invulnerable for any damage. Of course, Odie is killing him. Of course, Nara is killing him. In one copy, to be honest, not gonna make that much change. But one copy of a hero that you are working on can make a big change. So that's why, I mean, forget about Brutus, guys. Just keep going your progression and it will take you there. That's all from me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that and I hope that the information I provide is useful for you. I will start to do different videos for the events, for different game modes. Hopefully, we will keep meeting you there in our videos. I wish you a pleasant day. Take care, please.